You're listening to PetLifeRadio.com.
Hi, I'm Seth Peterson.
Hi, I'm Tippi Hedren.
I'm Rhonda Schwartz.
I'm Doris Roberts.
This is Jessalyn Gilson.
Hello, I'm Victor Webb.
Hi, this is Charlotte Ross.
Hi, this is Ed Begley Jr.
What's up, you guys? This is AJ from the Backstreet Boys.
Hi, this is Shannon Elizabeth, and you're listening to Talkin' Pets.
Talkin' Pets.
Talkin' Pets.
And you're listening to Talkin' Pets.
Talking Pets.
Talking Pets.
With Jon Patch.
Jon Patch.
You're listening to Talkin' Pets with Jon Patch.
Hello, America, and welcome to Talkin' Pets with your host, Jon Patch. Join Jon and his expert guests with all of your pet questions, concerns, comments, and stories. Now it's time for Talkin' Pets with your host, Jon Patch.
And welcome to Talkin' Pets, heard coast to coast on your favorite radio station. This is Talkin' Pets, and I'm Jon Patch. Joining us is Dr. Lisa Santonzi from
the Hillsborough County Pet Resource Center in Tampa, Florida.
And Dr. Vince Santonzi
from the Hillsborough Community College Veterinary Technology Program in Plant City, Florida.
So when you call in to 844-287-2876, you'll get your 2 cents with the doctors, Dr. Lisa Santonzi and Dr. Vince Santonzi. Once again, I'm Jon Patch. The show is produced in-house by the ever-so-talented Mr. Bob Page.
Oh, hi.
Hi, Bob.
How are you?
Good. So pick up the phone and give us a call, 844-287-2876. That's 844-287-2876. When you call into that number, you'll speak with the ever-so-talented Mr. Zach Budin.
Hello. I didn't realize I was talented.
844-287-2876. We have a special guest joining us in this hour of the program. We're going to be speaking with the co-author of the book, Catification, Designing a Happy and Stylish Home for Your Cat and You. That's Kate Benjamin. And we're going to be giving away a couple of the books as well. So pick up the phone and give us a call, 844-287-2876. Once again, I'm Jon Patch.
I'm Dr. Lisa Santonzi.
I'm Dr. Vince Santonzi.
And Zach Budin.
And this is Talkin' Pets.
That cat, can't you tell he's a cat from hell? Look at that cat, can't you tell he's a cat from hell? Cat from hell. Better not try to pet him. Run after or try to get him. 'Cause you'll be sorry when he bites you. Unless being scratched and bleeding excites you. Look at that cat, can't you tell he's a cat from hell? Look at that cat, can't you tell he's a cat from hell? Cat from hell.
And you're listening to Talkin' Pets. I'm Jon Patch.
I'm Dr. Lisa Santonzi.
I'm Dr. Vince Santonzi.
And the cat from hell.
We want to welcome onto the program, speaking of the cat from hell, Catification. And it's Kate Benjamin. Hey, Kate, how you doing? Welcome to Talkin' Pets.
Hi, thanks for having me.
I would imagine that you must have recognized that music.
Oh, that's a great song.
You wrote this book actually with Jackson Galaxy, correct?
Yes, we are what we call the Catification team.
And everybody who knows Jackson, of course, knows the cat from hell.
Yes, he has been saving cats for several seasons now. And I also make guest appearances on the show whenever he has a particularly challenging environmental project. He brings me in to sort of help make all the people and the cats happy when we redesign their homes.
Well, before we get into that, I want to first introduce you to the 2 cents here, Dr. Lisa Santonzi and Dr. Vince Santonzi.
Hi, Kate.
Nice.
Hi, Kate.
Hi, nice to meet you both.
Nice to meet you.
This book looks so good. We just sat down and saw it, and I cannot wait to dive into this book. We have 3 cats and a dog ourselves, and
Perfect.
I love the ideas you have on here, especially in here for vertical space, which a lot of people forget to add to their homes.
Yes, that is one of the biggest topics we cover in the book because it's so critical for giving cats that extra space they need to really allow them to own their territory because, as you know, cats are both predator and prey. So giving them that option to get up high in a room really lets them see what's going on from the perspective of, both angles. So a lot of cats are always looking to climb, and we just give tons of examples in there for how to build climbing shelves and what we call the cat superhighway, so that you can do it in a way that gives your cats what they need, but it also suits your style. It doesn't have to look like the crazy cat lady.
Kate, how many cats do you have in particular?
I happen to have 11 at home, which
Wow.
is on the extreme side, but I also do get to do a lot of testing, and my home is pretty well catified. And I also am lucky enough to have a catio, which is something that we talk about in the book, a completely enclosed outdoor patio area where the cats can climb. I have all their litter boxes out there. It's really their own space and expands their territory dramatically.
Yeah, we have a screened-in porch in the back of our house, which our cats love, and I think it's really critical for house cats to get some of that fresh air, but be in a safe place where they don't have to worry about getting hit by cars or attacked by the neighbor's dog. We even put plants out there like catnip. And
You know what's weird? Actually, a weird story for me, and I love that too because I've got a pool, Kate, and it's all caged in, so my cats can go out to the pool and chase lizards, whatever they want to do. But in order to go out to the pool, I leave my French doors open. And even though your pool cage is caged, or your pool is caged, I had a little visitor the other day. Did you guys see it on my Facebook? Actually, yeah, I was cleaning the litter box in my living room, in my television room. And I guess because I left the doors open to the pool so the cats can go out and so on and so forth, the visitor happened to be a rattlesnake. And it was underneath my litter box. And I have a little blanket like underneath the box to catch the extra litter, and the cats love to wipe their feet off after they get out of the litter box, so they wipe their feet on that and their paws. And underneath that blanket was a rattlesnake.
Wow.
So kind of scared the heck out of me.
Yeah.
But cats are fine, which shocked me because they like to play with things that kind of go across the floor like that, and I got in a panic looking at them, but they seemed to be doing okay. So I guess you got to be careful, even though you leave the doors open for the cats to go out, you never know what's going to come in.
Exactly, and that's one of the features I always look for in a good catio. No one can get out, but no one else can get in.
Right. Yeah. One of the other things I love about your book, Kate, is some of the photos that you have where you have a wild cat, like a lion or a tiger, in a pose, and right next to it you have a domestic cat, a pet cat in the exact same pose, pointing out that domestic cats, our pet cats, are really just big cats that have been domesticated and forced to live indoors, but they still have the same driving intuition and behaviors like scratching and things that annoy people, but those are natural behaviors for them, and we need to give them creative outlets to behave that way.
Exactly, and that's what we try to do in that whole first part of the book, is really educate people on the natural instincts of the cats that we live with, what Jackson calls the raw cat. And those pictures are I really wanted to include those because I think they're great examples of cats out in the wild hanging out up in the tree, just like I was talking about before, because they're stalking their prey. And so that's one of the reasons why those cats want to get up high when we're inside. There's also another comparison picture of a big cat outside scratching on a tree, which speaks to the point of why do cats scratch inside.
Yeah, that's on page 27. That was one of the ones I really loved.
Yeah, it's a fun comparison that most people don't normally make, at least not visually, because when our cats inside are scratching, as you know, they're not just exercising their nails, but they are leaving a mark, and it's both a visual mark with the claw marks as well as a scent mark because of the scent glands in their paws. And so that's a topic that we hit on in the book quite a bit, where you really need to give your cat these outlets and these good, acceptable places for scratching so they can carry out that natural behavior.
Kate, I got to ask you, you actually build or you actually make a lot of cat products, don't you, yourself?
I do. I have my own line of handmade cat products under the House Panther brand, which is my website. My whole world is all about design and style for living with cats. And that's how Jackson and I became friends and eventually started working together, where his whole world is about all of environmental behavior for cats, including environmental enrichment. So we have this big area where we overlap. And so I do a lot around product design as well, outside of the catification work that he and I do together. On my website, I'm also always looking for examples of stylish and really well-functioning cat products, everything from beds to scratchers and loungers, litter boxes, all kinds of things like that.
Well, Kate, don't go away. We're going to be right back. We're speaking with Kate Benjamin. She's one of the co-writers here with Jackson Galaxy. You know him, actually, of course, from the hit TV show My Cat from Hell. The name of the book is called Catification. If you want to get a copy of the book, we recommend that you give us a call right now, and we will send you out a copy, compliments of Kate Benjamin and, of course, Jackson Galaxy. The name of the book is called Catification. Give us a call. Speak with Zach. Be the number 2 caller, the second call to come in, and we're going to send you out a copy of the book Catification. 844-287-2876 is the number. 844-287-2876. 844-287-2876. Call right now, and the book is yours. I'm Jon Patch.
I'm Dr. Lisa Santonzi.
I'm Dr. Vince Santonzi.
And Zach Buden.
And this is Talkin' Pets.
We'll be right back, right after these messages. Stay tuned.
Pet Life Radio, the #1 pet radio network on the planet, joins forces with iHeartRadio to put the power of your pets in your pocket. Awesome. Download the iHeartRadio app and rock Pet Life Radio on your phone, on your tablet, on your Xbox, in your car. Pet talk, pet tunes, and fun pet times. Pet Life Radio and iHeartRadio. Positively Possum.
Let's talk pets on PetLifeRadio.com.
We both lie silently still in the dead of the night. Although we both lie close together, we feel miles apart inside. Was it something I said or something I did? Did my words not come out right? Though I tried not to hurt you, though I tried. But I guess that's why they say every rose has its thorn. Just like every night has its dawn. Just like every cowboy sings a sad, sad song. Every rose has its thorn.
And once again, you're listening to Talkin' Pets. I'm Jon Patch.
I'm Dr. Lisa Santonzi.
I'm Dr. Vince Santonzi.
We welcome your calls and questions at 844-287-2876. We're giving away a copy of the book, Catification. If you call right now, it's yours. 844-287-2876. 844-287-2876. We're speaking with the co-author, Kate Benjamin. She wrote the book with Jackson Galaxy. You know him from My Cat from Hell. But if you call right now, the book is yours. 844-287-2876.
Hey, Kate, this is Dr. Vince, and I also am very intrigued by your book. I'm looking especially on, I think it's page 237, where you talk about the no excuses, the Easy Cat Fountain. And
Yes,
that's a brilliant idea. I think we spent $75 or something for a cat fountain, and you've got some great tips on how to make one for a very small amount of money. And you also talk about how cats like to have running water, and you're absolutely right on the mark, and how they also like to drink away from where their food is, which is also right on the mark. We have our cat fountain in the bedroom. And when we put that up, the cats they drank so much more, and it's so good for them to drink water. It just helps prevent so many diseases. So you're right on with that. I love your idea.
What page was that on?
great.
It's 230.
Thank you.
237 to 239.
And do you have your cats?
Yeah, and
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. Yeah, that is one of my favorite easy catification tips. We have a number of them throughout the book called No Excuses Catification, and those are things that cost very little money and take no special skills at all to do. And that particular fountain is something really simple. Instead of purchasing a pre-made cat fountain, which I have plenty of those, and I write about them all the time on my website, if you want something that's much more sculptural and it makes a beautiful water feature in your home, you can certainly purchase a pre-made fountain. But if you're just looking for a way to give your cats some moving water that's filtered to encourage them to drink more, exactly as you're saying, that fountain is made with a simple fish filter pump. And you just have to find the right dish to put it on. And I actually have that one that's photographed in the book in my kitchen still, and it's the cat's favorite. They absolutely love it. It has held up probably better than some of the expensive ones because it's just so simple. It's easy to take apart, easy to clean, and you can choose whatever decorative container you want to use, so you actually can make it fit your decor. Just like some of the other projects in there, we have another No Excuses, where we're telling you, go out in the garage or down into the basement, find an old flower pot or a basket or something, and throw in a nice cozy blanket or a soft pillow, and boom, you've got a cat bed, no money, and it looks great in your house.
And I just want to reiterate to the listeners, when you all buy Kate's book and you try some of these tips, especially with the water dish, pay close attention to her comments about moving the dish away from the food source, because you'll find that your cats will drink so much more that way. So some great advice there, Kate.
Kate, where can they find the book, by the way?
The book is available at all booksellers across the United States right now, and also online at every major bookseller and every independent store.
And the publisher on the book?
This is from Tarcher.
Okay, and they could find it online and, of course, find it in every bookstore out there. You guys were just doing a book tour, weren't you, last month?
Yes, we were out around several cities, New York, Phoenix, Los Angeles, Chicago, Austin, and we had a great time. We just saw so many wonderful people who, have watched Jackson and I on the show over the years or have read both of our websites, and we had such a good time. This is just such a great audience, people who love their cats, or people who really, what we want is for people to take the time to pay attention to what their cats are telling them, what they need, what their instincts are, and then take the time to do something in their home to accommodate those needs, rather than sort of, sticking with the old stereotype of cats that they're aloof, that they don't really need anything. They don't need attention. They don't need anything special. It's not the case at all. If you take the time to do some catification, you will find that your cats really come out of their shell and blossom, and you're going to have a richer relationship with them. It's one of the best things you can do for your cat.
Kate, who did the photography in the book?
A lot of the photography is my own on the different projects that I've worked on, as well as the show. And then a great deal of the photography came from our readers and our fans who have submitted their projects to us. So what we wanted to do here was show a range of projects that are real world, that anybody can do. And we also interviewed those people to get their details about, their tips and tricks, how the project went for them. So the idea is that you can just flip to any page in this book and hopefully find something and say, I can do that, because this is somebody just like me who did this. There are some examples from people who do have much more advanced woodworking skills. The one from Minnesota, from Eric and Sarah, certainly he has a lot of woodworking skills. So that's there as an example of, what to strive for maybe, or to be inspired by. But then there are plenty of examples from people who say themselves, I don't have any DIY skills and I did this. So we really wanted to show that with a variety of projects.
It's an amazing book. I mean, not only are there some great things for people to build and work on and things for their cats, but I mean the photography in here is phenomenal. I'm actually even enthralled with some of the pictures of some of the houses. It's actually, I'm getting some ideas for my own house.
Great.
That's
exactly what we wanted.
I love the cat tree inspired by nature.
Yeah, me too. That's my favorite thing in the book. Page 79 to 82.
Yeah, and that's a piece of found wood, and they just used a little creativity and secured it to the wall nicely, and the cats love it, absolutely. And one of the things that when Jackson and I were looking at that particular project, it made us ask ourselves, basically Jackson said, this would look great even if you didn't have cats. And that's a good question for you to say, when you're thinking about, some people are scared to do this in their home because they don't want their house to look like a shelter or a crazy cat lady. But ask yourself, if I hang up this shelf here, even if I didn't have cats, would it look good? And if it does, then you're good to go. And that's something with that cat tree. It looks like a beautiful piece of sculpture, and then it also happens to be functional.
Well, we're speaking with Kate Benjamin. She's a co-author with Jackson Galaxy. Of course, he is from the television show My Cat from Hell. The name of the book is called Catification. You can find it in bookstores. You can find it online. If you call right now, a book is yours at 844-287-2876. Compliments, of course, of Kate Benjamin. And again, that number is 844 844-287-2876. We'll be right back with Kate Benjamin. Once again, you're listening to Talkin' Pets.
Talkin' Pets. We'll be right back after a short pause. Well, 4 to be exact.
Hi, this is Tim Link, animal communicator and pet expert and host of Animal Rights on Pet Life Radio. Have you ever wanted to know what your pet is really thinking? Do you want to find out if they truly understand what you're trying to tell them? Ever wish you could build a better understanding and closer relationship with your pet? Well, now you can. Learning to communicate with animals is a 4-part on-demand workshop. In the workshop, you'll learn the essential techniques that are necessary to communicate with animals, including what is animal communication, breathing correctly to achieve the perfect state to communicate with your animals at a deeper level, using guided meditation exercises and method to communicate with animals, and how to send and receive information from your animals. So if you're wanting to learn how to communicate and connect with your animals at a deeper level, visit PetLifeRadio.com/workshop and purchase and download Learning to Communicate with Animals. You'll be glad you did.
Coast to coast and around the world, it's All Behave with Arden Moore. Find out why cats and dogs do the things they do, and get the latest buzz from wagging tongues and tails in Rin Tin Tinseltown. From famous pet experts and best-selling authors to television and movie stars, you'll get great tail-wagging pet tips and have a fur-flying fun time. All Behave with America's pet edutainer, Arden Moore. Every week on demand, only on PetLifeRadio.com.
Let's talk pets.
Let's talk pets
On Pet Life Radio.
Pet Life Radio.
PetLifeRadio.com.
And once again, you're listening to Talkin' Pets. This is a spotlight moment with Dr. Lisa Santonzi. By the way, we're speaking with Kate Benjamin, and she's co-author of Catification, Designing a Happy and Stylish Home for Your Cat and You. And we're giving away a copy of the book. If you call Zach right now, we'll give it to you at 844-287-2876. Dr. Lisa, I mean, throughout the country you see a lot of different, well, there's shelters all over the place, but on certain shelters you'll actually see where some of these designs in Catification, actually, you'll see them in some of the shelters out there, which is kind of cool. They'll have cat rooms and they'll have shelves built up and stuff like that.
Absolutely, yeah. That's
pretty wild, actually, that they can do that rather than putting a cat like in a cage, because I've been in shelters where it's just the cat in the cage, you either adopt it or a couple of days later.
Yeah, shelters have really moved forward into the 21st century to improve the living space and enrichment for cats. At our shelter, most of our cat space is still cages, but one of the things that we have done is opened up the wall between two of the cages with a circular porthole so that each cat actually gets a double wide or a duplex, with one area with a litter box, and the other area is a sleeping and eating area, because most cats, just like people, don't like to go to the bathroom where they eat. So that gives them more square footage, more room to stretch, and it also separates their litter box area from their eating and sleeping area. We do have at the shelter where I work 2 colony rooms where we can house up to 5 cats in each room, and it's a group housing area where we have like in Kate's book, we have vertical space for the cats to jump up and to hide and to perch, and we have a lot of comfortable beds. The Association of Shelter Veterinarians actually has guidelines for group housing for cats, and there needs to be at least 18 square feet per cat, so that they have room to express their normal behavior and to get away from the other cats in the room. And there needs to be at least 1 litter box for every 2 cats and 1 food bowl and water bowl for every 2 cats, because sometimes cats tend to guard the litter box or guard the food bowl.
But I would imagine, though, if the shelter looks like something like out of Kate's book, for instance, and you have cats laying on shelves and up on the wall and stuff like that, it might look like a runway model where you kind of want to look and go, wow, that's interesting, and I'll bring that cat home, rather than looking at a cat in a cage.
It's more aesthetically pleasing. It showcases the cats better. They show better. But the most important thing is it decreases their stress, and stress causes disease like upper respiratory infections.
That's a Spotlight with Dr. Lisa Santonzi. Once again, you're listening to Talkin' Pets. Give us a call at 844-287-2876.
Everywhere is freaks and herrings,
And you're listening to Talkin' Pets. I'm Jon Patch.
I'm Dr. Lisa Santonzi.
I'm Dr. Vince Santonzi.
And Zach Buden.
The number to call is 844-287-2876. We're giving away a copy of the book Catification by Kate Benjamin and Jackson Galaxy. It's designing a happy and stylish home for your cat and you. There's some excellent ideas in this book. I highly recommend it. You can find it in bookstores. You can also find it online. It's called Catification, and the copy of the book is yours if you call right now, 844-287-2876. That's 844-287-2876. It's a toll-free telephone number. Give us a call, 844-287-2876. How long did it take you and Jackson to actually put this book together, Kate?
Well, we had been collecting examples from our fans for at least a year or so, and then it helped us really start formulating this. So this has been in process for a couple of years, from when we first started talking about it to when we finally got it to the publisher. The process included going through all of those examples and really finding projects that we felt highlighted the most important topics for people to see and the best examples. But then the whole first part of the book, we really had to go through and refine all of the definitions and the language that people have heard Jackson use on his show, like the tree dweller, the bush dweller, the beach dweller. Now it's all here in print. And that is meant to guide people through understanding who their cats are specifically. So that was probably the hardest part of this, was really taking all of those terms and putting them into a usable format that people could take and apply to their own cats.
I gotta ask you though, I mean, with like some of the designs here, like when they can climb up on things and the shelves and stuff like that, and all the cattery stuff. But some people don't want their cats like on eating areas, like dining room table or your kitchen counters. So how do you specify a cat to go, okay, you can climb on those, but you can't climb on these?
Well, we call that giving them the yes and the no, right? So if you don't want them to go on the kitchen counters, you do have to give them the other areas that are more appealing to them. And you may at first, when you hang up some new cat shelves or create a cat superhighway, need to guide your cat to that area. And so either playing with them with a feather toy on the end of a string, placing treats and toys up on the shelves to entice them to use the places that you want them to go. The other thing we encourage is on your superhighway to create destinations. So these are reasons for the cats to go up on the shelf. Maybe up at the top of a bookshelf, there's a little soft bed or a mat. Some place where they can actually own, because what will happen is they'll wind up putting their scent on that bed or that pad, and then it will be their place, and they'll want to go to that area. And then, of course, remove anything that would be of interest from the places you don't want them to go. And over time, you'll just want to be, rewarding them and encouraging them to use the things that you've given them.
You know, on page 193 of your book, Catification, I'm actually a big fan of this. There was a couple of different designs that I've seen of this, the kitty climber, but it's cool looking, and it goes onto your wall, and it's a really neat idea. And the other day I was over at friends of mine, my friend Rick's place, and he's like, they got rid of their kitty condo, and he was like, I created my own climber. And I was like, okay. And I saw the kitty condo going out the door to another friend, and I was like, wow, you're getting rid of that? And he was like, yeah. He goes, they like it, but they like this better. And what he did was he actually put like a board, almost like a 4x4, in his closet, in his walk-in closet, and he covered it with rug, tacked it with rug, and it goes up to the top shelf, and on the top of the shelf he has a cat bed. And no shelves or anything like that, just a board with carpeting. And those cats have their claws, and they climb. I watched them. They climb right up it and right into the bed. It was pretty cool.
That is perfect catification. I absolutely love it. That's the kind of thing we want to see people doing, being really creative, keeping in mind, how do the cats use this? And because they have their claws, the climbing is an option. There are a couple projects in the book where I wrap a vertical pole with big, heavy sisal rope, and certain cats who just love to climb straight up will go right up it. There are also ramps. There's an example on one project where we did the same kind of thing, where we put the board at an angle and wrapped it with sisal rope. So carpet, rope, any of those things that let them dig in will make it easy for them to use that to get up. And I love that he put a bed up at the top on the shelf, like you said. That's perfect. That's that destination that gives them the reason to go up there. It also gives them a place to feel confident, because what we're doing here is we're looking for the places in your home environment where your cat is comfortable and confident, and you're encouraging that. Because we make a differentiation in the book between like bush dwelling, which is a cat that likes to hang out down low, versus caving, where a cat might be cowering. When a cat is caving, that's a negative behavior. They're maybe hiding under the sofa or under the bed or in the back of a closet. We don't want them hiding in fear. But if they're in an enclosed space, in a place of confidence, and they're comfortable and they're sleeping and watching the world go by, that's now we're calling that a cocoon or bush dwelling. So you want to close off any spaces where they might be hiding and in fear, and then give them other options where they can be confident and comfortable.
Well, I'll tell you, it was a great idea. It was so simple, and it was so clean looking, and the cats love it. And by the way, Catification is the name of the book. The co-author, of course, we're speaking with right now is Kate Benjamin with Jackson Galaxy, Designing a Happy and Stylish Home for Your Cat and You. You can find it in bookstores. You can find it, of course, also online. And congratulations to Mike in Oregon. Mike's getting a copy of the book, as well as Mary Ann in Portland, Oregon, and Sue Ann in Richmond, Virginia. So congratulations, all of you. You're going to get a copy of this book, and it's absolutely phenomenal. And hands down, Kate, you and Jackson did a great job on this book, so congratulations on it.
Thank you so much.
I mean, and like I said before, I mean, it's so cool looking, and I have to tell you, on page 222, and I know people across America can't see it unless they have the book in their hand, but I have to admit, it's kind of freaky looking. This page 222, if you know what I'm talking about. But like, you walk into somebody's living room, and hanging off the ceilings are all these cat walkway kind of things. Like
This is a kind of crazy project.
It's
This
amazing.
is a crazy project from the Netherlands. From a reader submitted this to us. This is one of those projects that's meant to be inspirational. You might not necessarily do this, but it's a really cool idea. We wanted to include it. It's also what we call a catification hack, which is when you take something and use it in a different way. So these pieces are not designed. These are actually a manufactured cat product, but they're not designed to be hung from the ceiling. They are a series of platforms and sisal-wrapped poles that are meant to be configured into various cat trees that sit on the floor. But what this person did was he said, hey, what would happen if I mounted these pieces from the ceiling? And he used very, very sturdy bolts and the right techniques to attach these to the ceiling in a way so that they will not fall down. And he basically inverted all the pieces, so they're hanging from the ceiling, and the cats can walk from one to the other. So he essentially created a second floor in this room just for the cats. And I think it's really cool. It gives the cats tons more space to climb, but it looks like this strange hanging sculpture, too. So I think that's a lot of fun.
That is such a great idea. Those cats look so happy and so enriched. They're so important for cats. Yeah.
And that's a perfect example of what I'm saying, is they look really confident up there. You wouldn't want to put a bed high up in a closet if that's where your cat is just going to hide all the time. If they're up there hanging out, looking around, confident, standing up, ears up, that's what we want to see.
As a shelter vet, Kate, I want to thank you for creating this book, because you're going to help keep a lot of cats in their forever homes by improving their environment, their stress, and therefore they're going to be less likely to exhibit behaviors like urinating outside the litter box and spraying and scratching up the furniture and other behaviors that cause people to relinquish cats to shelters. So thank you for doing this.
Absolutely. That's exactly our goal. Both Jackson and I, our entire businesses, including all of the catification work we do, that is exactly what we want to do, is keep cats in happy homes, indoors, safe and sound, and really well loved. And we just need to educate people and get them excited about doing this. That's the thing, is once you start watching your cat and seeing how they react, when you give them these things and you watch them climb up on those shelves, it's fascinating and it's so interesting, and hopefully it will make people want to do even more and maybe even adopt another cat.
Kate Benjamin, thanks so much for joining us here on the show. It was a great pleasure. I love your book. It's going to do extremely well. I'm going to tell my friend Rick about it, that you gave him 100% praise on his invention there, so I know he's going to like that as well. But congrats on this book, Catification, Designing a Happy and Stylish Home for Your Cat and You. Again, you can find it in bookstores. You can also find it online. Congratulations to Mike, Marianne, and Sue across America. Sue Ann, that is. You're all getting a copy of the book. And Kate, thanks for joining us all here on the show on Talkin' Pets. That's Kate Benjamin. She is co-author with Jackson Galaxy. Again, it's called Catification, Designing a Happy and Stylish Home for Your Cat and You. And once again, this is Talkin' Pets, and we want to talk with you. The doctors are in. Give us a call at 844-287-2876. This is Talkin' Pets.
Talkin' Pets. We'll be right back after a short pause. Well, 4 to be exact.
They are my friends, they are my children, they are the furry bears and kids. They are my family, they understand me, that's how I love my pets.
I Love My Pets, the new single by Mark Winter, available in iTunes. Hi, this is Jody Miller-Young from Bark & Swagger. Tune in for everything pet fashion and more. From fashion tips and runway trends, products and designs I love, to fabulous home decor for your furry friend, you'll find it all here. Be the first to discover the new. So what are you waiting for? Find me on Pet Life Radio. And remember, when fierce fashion calls, Bark & Swagger.
Every week on demand, only on PetLifeRadio.com.
Let's talk pets.
Let's talk pets
On Pet Life Radio.
Pet Life Radio.
PetLifeRadio.com.
Get ready for that first big cold snap of the season, and please don't forget about your pets with the Talking Pets News Brief. I'm Bob Page. Cold fall weather is the time of year for hot cocoa, the colorful leaves and brisk temperatures, but for pet owners it can also mean taking extra steps to keep animals healthy. Here's a couple of quick pointers to help make a winter more comfortable and safe for your pets. Not all pet owners let their animals into the house. In such cases, people need to ensure their dogs, cats, and other pets have adequate shelter from the elements. This can mean a shelter that's out of the wind and has a flap of some kind to keep out the cold. Even animals with thicker coats, such as Siberian Huskies, need some kind of shelter if they're going to remain outside when the temperatures drop. Also, some pets feel stressed during changing weather conditions, especially when there's a drop in barometric pressure. If you have a dog that hides, whines, or pants prior to a storm, plan ahead by keeping track of the daily weather reports and checking the barometer. To ease pet tension, use crates, soothing music, pheromone diffusers, and anxiety-reducing apparel. And just because it's fall doesn't mean you can forget about flea and tick season. Ticks populate in piles of fallen leaves, so make sure to clean up the leaves and other yard waste as soon as you can and discourage your pet from walking through them. And in warmer fall climates, fleas can live throughout the year, especially if they want to get in your home. There are a number of generic flea and tick products on the market that can provide your pet with flea and tick protection throughout the year. Reporting for Talkin' Pets, I'm Bob Page.
I really can't stay.
But baby, it's cold outside.
I've got to go away.
But baby, it's cold outside.
This evening has
been hoping that you'd drop in.
So very nice.
I'll hold your hands. They're just like
my
ice.
Mother will start to
Beautiful,
worry.
what's your hurry?
And Father will be pacing the floor.
Listen to the fireplace
So
roar.
really I'd better scurry.
Beautiful, please don't
Or
hurry.
maybe just a half a drink
Put
more.
some records on while I
The neighbors might think.
Baby, it's bad out there.
Say, what's in this
No
drink?
cabs to be had out there.
I wish I knew
Your
how
eyes are like starlight
to
now.
break the spell.
I'll take your hat.
He's just trying to get her in the house. He could care less.
I can listen to this song all day. I love this song.
It's a good one.
It is. Do you ever see that movie with Bette Midler? It was an army movie. I can't even remember the name of it now. Great movie, though.
Corporal Johnson?
No. But this was actually in the movie, this song.
It was in Corporal Johnson, too.
I don't know that movie.
It was like the main song for that movie, Corporal Johnson.
Really? What year was that?
George Clooney was in it, And that guy who was in a sitcom from the 70s, the guy who played Juan Epstein in Welcome Back, Kotter.
Really?
No, I completely made all that up.
Figures.
Nice.
Because it's weird because it's like, well, that's why I'm like, I don't remember any of this.
Corporal Johnson.
Actually, they recently used it on Saturday
You're a
Night Live
mess.
too. This as a sketch.
What?
Good times. Good to be back, right?
I've been punked.
Good to be back, Corporal Johnson.
I was like, I don't know that movie, especially with George Clooney. I'm like, what? And then when you said Welcome Back, Kotter guy, I'm like, really? Didn't he die?
He did. Sorry.
Probably because the movie came out. It was so
Epstein.
bad. Anyway, but that's a great song. But speaking of cold outside, we're talking Catification, of course, with Kate Benjamin, and we gave away a bunch of her books and everything, which is a great book. I know you guys are huge fans of it. And but I got to ask you, though, Dr. Lisa, Dr. Vince, speaking of the cat, staying on the cat side right now, more so than dogs, but cats outside during the winter months, snow and everything like that, are they bigger chances of actually getting like frostbite or dying of the cold than a dog would outside? Can cats actually survive?
Well, it depends. I mean, dogs depends on the cat.
I mean, it's not like
depends
it's a
on the
snow
dog.
leopard.
Yeah.
Snow leopard cat, they love
No,
the
I mean,
snow.
they need shelter. They need warmth, just like any other animal.
I know it said in that story that we just did that, some people don't bring their cats in during the winter. If you're still doing that, you have a serious problem. Bring your pets inside, please.
Yeah, and cats are originally, the ancestors of domestic cats are from an arid environment. North Africa, kind of that area. So
Warm area.
Warmer area.
They're not used to the cold.
Yeah, now that having been said, they've got a fur coat on, so they can handle drops in temperature, but that's not their main environment. That's not their gig. So they should be brought in.
Or else they're going to find shelter, and that's one of the things too. Is like talking about finding shelter. They'll find shelter in your car, like in
the
the engine. And
yeah,
warm places they shouldn't be.
Yeah, we've seen that lots of times where cats get
even
caught
here
up
in
in the
Florida,
engine.
we've seen.
Have you had cats brought in that were?
Many.
Lots of times.
And the engine started and
many.
Yeah, that's kind of freaky.
Yeah.
I mean, they say beep your horn before you actually start the engine.
Yeah, that's probably good advice.
Yeah, but if you get a kitten
Bang on
crawl
the
up there,
bang on the hood.
yeah. But a kitten, will crawl up there, and it's a nice warm place. And in fact, if it's secluded, they may stay there. You beep the horn, they're going to get scared. They'll stay there even more. I mean, it's going to happen. It's going to happen.
I've had squirrels up there.
Oh yeah, anything.
You got a squirrel up there?
Yes. Not whatever.
But yeah, all the more reason to do what Bobby just said and bring your pets inside when there's going to be any kind of extreme in weather.
Yeah.
Richard Gere, who? What?
Didn't say anything.
844-287-2876. 844-287-2876 is the number. The other thing, too, is that when people bring their cats in or their dogs or whatever kind of animal in from the cold, because I know parts of the country right now are getting snow. And I do want to give a shout-out to my nephew, Brian. He's actually getting married.
Congratulations, dude.
Today he's getting married to his partner, Greg. And it's a wedding in New York, actually, in Ithaca, New York, right now as we speak. And they're getting married.
Hopefully it's not snowing.
Yeah, I think it is snowing or snowflakes, and they were getting married outside. So they moved it into this really cool barn, actually, as they're getting married in. And so the ceremony's going on as we speak. And I'm not
Bad
there.
weather at a wedding is good luck.
Yeah, that's what they say. They say if it rains on a wedding, it's good luck.
It rained on our wedding.
See?
Mm-hmm.
And how long ago was that?
21 years ago.
Wow.
We had a little rain on Amanda and I's wedding as well.
Good luck. Yeah.
There you go.
And the sparks are
We're
still
all
going.
Still married.
Maybe I need a hurricane over my head.
Oh, boy.
That new research has shown that marriage is the chief cause of divorce. Have you heard that yet?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, but number one cause.
Such comedians today.
It's taking people out.
Oh, well. Anyway. Hey, if you're going to if you want to get a really cool book, go check out Catification, Designing a Happy and Stylish Home for Your Cat and You by Jackson Galaxy and Kate Benjamin. You know Jackson, of course, because he's from the hit TV show My Cat from Hell.
It's like I bet he hates hearing this, but he's kind of like the cat whisperer.
Yeah.
I'm sure he hates that.
I'm sure it's not the first or the last time.
Right.
Hey, we'll spay and neuter your pets and help control that pet population. If you're looking to adopt a pet, make sure you go to your local animal shelter or your rescue group, and first, go there if you want to adopt a pet. From myself, Jon Patch.
Lisa Santonzi.
Dr. Vince Santonzi.
Zach Buden.
Bob Page.
And Zach Buden.
We're going to have to work on the timing.
You want to duel it out?
I messed that one out.
Duel it out?
No, I'm good.
All right. Well,
Zach wins.
Don't forget, check out our website, talkinpets.com, TALKIN pets.com, talkinpets.com, and join us on Facebook and Twitter and become part of our family. Bye for now. Talk again very soon.
Let's Talk Pets every week on demand, only on PetLifeRadio.com.